Yeah, we all were.
All of a sudden, I can't wait to see my kid.
Wow. Gosh, and I thought the hardest thing was going to be introducing you to my mom.
Okay, that makes me more nervous than going through the dang gate.
Hey, when we get back, we're all still gonna hang out, right?
Yeah, of course we will.
We will have a reunion every year.
I was thinking more along the lines of Fridays.
Depends on whether you're stationed Earthside.
I can guarantee you that Earth will be my station.
But you're joining Stargate Command.
Like they're gonna ask me.
They'll ask you, Eli. You'll be right up there with the other SGC brainiacs like Dr. Jackson and Colonel Carter and, what's that guy's name who kept staring at you?
Ugh, McKay.
Yeah, okay. They'll ask you right when we get back.
All right. So, more Stargate. And today is the topic of Second Lieutenant Vanessa James from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I think we learned that she was from Pittsburgh in the episode Blockade, when they went to the planet, when Eli said we dialed Pittsburgh. And there's a little debate there with Greer. Oh, another great thing on that episode. See, I jumped right into it. Sorry. But another great thing about that episode is that one character, I believe it was Harrison. Did I say that right? Correct me if I'm wrong. She broke his nose because they were trying to hide from the drones and he kept running his mouth and he was getting loud and stuff. And then they didn't actually show that, I don't think, but oh yeah, they did. Yes, they did. Duh. I don't know. I don't remember every little detail, but it was great. So the clip I just showed was on, I believe it was the Twin Destinies episode. There was a little mention of Carter, Jackson, and McKay, and she goes, "Oh, McKay." And we get to see McKay when he uses the stones to come on Destiny in the latter episode, and he was just been a little weird the way he was looking at her. So my question was, Dr. McKay still dating Dr. Jennifer Cowler at that time? Or did they break up? Because if so, he's in big trouble. Anyway, that's a whole nother thing. So yeah, this is a great character. She's really strong, powerful. It starts off that she was, I think the first time we see her is with her and Lieutenant Scott in a broom closet. You know what I'm talking about. And then a couple episodes later, I think it was at Airport 2, when Chloe Armstrong, when her father, Senator Armstrong, sacrificed himself to buy the crew of Destiny a couple of 12 more hours. So they're great character, both of them, Chloe and Senator Armstrong. And Chloe Lieutenant Scott helped Chloe at that moment, and then Chloe later helped Lieutenant Scott after he came back from the desert planet to get the materials, the line to get to as a CO2 scrubber in the system, which good chemistry in this, by the way, when Dr. Rush said it's lithium hydroxide or calcium carbonate, and those are both accurate. For those who know their history of space exploration, the CO2 scrubbers used in several of the Apollo missions and further on into the STS, the shuttle missions, they used one or the other. Believe the first one was lithium hydroxide. But that is an effective CO2 scrubber. And anyone who knows the history about submarines, that's another thing that occurs there. Anyway, so that's kind of the point. My point there was that that's when Lieutenant Scott no longer was interested in Chloe and not Lieutenant James, which is kind of sad. And there was a little bit of resentment there for a while. She even mentions on a later episode, oh, what, you couldn't find a broom closet? but it was a really great character. And when I believe it's this episode Space, that number 11, season 111, I think. Check my work here. There is when they're under attack, when Eli says, hey, first real alien battle here. There was an electrical discharge in one of the corridors of Destiny, and she was able to rescue a person and be able to get to turn off the switch that shut off that dangerous electrical discharge. So that was a great moment. So let's move a little forward. And in this clip I'm going to show here in a moment, she mentions about a few things that occurred to her near the end of season 1. Well, first of all, when on the episode Lost on the season 1, she was leading a team trying to go find because Eli, Chloe, and Scott and Greer got locked. First of all, they got trapped in this underground ruins and they missed the gate. They were trying to dig them out of the ground and use explosives. They weren't able to do it on time. And then they figured out that Eli, Chloe, and Scott were traveling through nearby gate addresses trying to find their way back to Destiny. And she was leading a team through there, and she came back a little frustrated, said we did everything we could, we tried, but and that's great. Now, one of the things I remember, before I get to that thought, I think the episode on sabotage, she was the one who sabotaged Destiny because an alien on the communication stones, an alien took over. On one of my last videos, I called them the aliens from the other galaxy as the ones that messed with Chloe and Rush. I looked it up. I guess they're called the Nakai, I think. Okay, I don't remember them actually being named in the show, so that's probably why I didn't remember. Maybe they did name it and I just missed it. But yeah, I remember that part. And actually it turns out that gave the chance, since the ship was sabotaged, they dropped out of FTL, and Eli, Chloe, and Scott were able to reconnect. So let's go ahead and take a look at this next clip and we'll see how it goes.
Night. But not really, because out here it's pretty much whatever we say it is. Because there's actually no morning or afternoon or evening, just one long, endless night. Still, we are keeping our watches up to speed, matching the time back at Earth, because Colonel Young wants us to maintain a schedule. He says that it's important for our minds and our bodies to stay in rhythm. So Dr. Rush has figured out how to set the ship's internal clocks to a 24-hour default setting so that Destiny gets bright in the morning and dims at night, just like a regular day back on Earth. You know, I used to love Fridays. Hated Mondays. But now, they're all pretty much the same to me. Come in.
Sorry to bother you. I mean, if you're busy.
No, I'm not busy at all.
I was going through the personnel files this morning, and I noticed that it was your birthday yesterday. You didn't say anything, so I wasn't sure if you wanted anyone to know.
I didn't even remember.
Anyway, I had Becker make you a mini birthday cake. It was actually a tuber mash, flavored with some natural sweetener.
Thanks.
All right, well, happy birthday.
Okay, so we just saw something that, we don't usually see on the main show. Because people forget, and I forgot every time I watch it, that there is no day or night on the Destiny. They're going through space. So it was very interesting that Rush was able to set the clock to 24 hours for the lights to go on and off at appropriate times. That's never explained on the show directly. If you don't know, this is the Kino files. It should be clear. But long, endless night. And that's very, very interesting. So Colonel Young said it's important to keep a rhythm. I think she's referring to our circadian rhythm, which is our body's natural way of doing that, and it's directly related to the sun and our day and night. I've never been to Alaska or Antarctica, but you hear stories of how people's rhythm gets kind of messed up in the summer and winter solstices in Alaska, because the days get very long and then very short in winter. So in the northern hemisphere, winter is in December. In the southern hemisphere, it's the opposite. So yeah, that's your solstices, and that's the interesting thing to think about. And Lieutenant James here, in all her amazingness, explains that. So there's always some science in here. There's some biology in there, there's some physics, a lot. It's great. It's really, really great. Let's see what else Lieutenant James did. Let me think. Oh, on the episode where the Lucian Alliance attack, I can't remember exactly what episode. It's season 2, episode 1? Yeah, season 2, episode 1, I believe. Where the crew of the Destiny is put off ship by the Lucian Alliance members. She was the one that found the caves on that planet, because there was a lightning storm, and there it is. The Lieutenant James and lightning, there must be a connection there somewhere. I'm sure I could say a few puns. But, yeah, she's the one who found the cave, and then and so everyone got safe, including a couple of Lucian Alliance members. Vara was among them. It's another story. And She gets injured pretty good on that one when they got into the cave and the lightning strikes and she gets knocked on her back pretty hard. She took it like it was, and she was still doing her duty as a soldier, and that's pretty cool. Let's see a little bit later. Oh, Cloverdale. When Scott gets infected by that plant thingy or whatever it was, and he's having these visions or hallucinations. And even in that one, he's getting ready to get married to Chloe. But when they're at the bar drinking, he still kind of has a thing for James, even though they're playing different characters on that episode. That episode was really fun. There was still that kind of thing going on there, and I like that one. So what else is there? Oh, back on the clip we watched. So Camille Ray comes in and she remembers James's birthday. It was a day late, but Camille was trying to be subtle, and she, as she said, doesn't know if she wanted anyone to know and all that stuff. Camille did that too on the episode Lights, back to season 1, episode 5, where it was Riley's birthday. Riley mentioned something about it being after midnight, and Camille knew it's his birthday. That's all he means. And that's really nice on Camille Ray's part. And then who's the one who can congratulate Riley for his birthday? Lieutenant James. That one was really great too. Let's see, so we're back to season 2. Let's move a bit further. Oh, the episode Malice is when Simeon was on the desert planet and they were hunting him. There's a scene, I don't know if I can find it right now, but where Scott gives over the radio a bunch of orders to Lieutenant James, and I have to rewind that when I watched it because it's like a very complicated set of orders. We're gonna flank south, we're gonna do all this stuff and all that, and James heard it the first time, got it, and said, copy that. And it worked out, even though she nearly walked into a trap. But she survived that one. I have an image of that clip. And let's see, let's move a little further past that. On the episodes at the end of season 2, the alternate Destiny timeline on Novus, when the alternate version of Destiny went back in time, it turns out that James ended up getting together with Varro and had babies. That's kind of cool. But yeah. Oh, there was another part, I think, and I do not recall the episode. You can tell me which episode it is. When they first put her on the bridge of Destiny to... She goes, they asked, how much training did you have? Well, about the same as everyone else. Half hour or something. I forgot the number, but she picks it. She goes, you're bleeding power. Oh, crap, she goes. But then she picked it up real quick. And so she's a very strong character. So let's look at one more clip and see how much hope there is after this.
I've been here 4 months and 6 days. It's really amazing how human beings can adapt to a situation. Well, some people, anyway. You go through all the stages. Shock and denial. I still can't believe that I am stranded on a spaceship across the universe. Pain. Check. Anger and bargaining. Unfortunately, anger doesn't really get you anywhere, and there isn't really any way for us to bargain our way out of this. Depression and loneliness. I mean, yeah, seeing my family once a month using the communication stones is better than nothing, but actually, it just makes it worse. Upward turn. I thought I was doing better for a while there, until an alien took over my mind and used me to sabotage the ship. Then I was just getting over that when I picked up a tick on another planet that made me think I killed Lieutenant Scott. That was awesome. Reconstruction. My training has definitely helped me here. You just really have to try and find a routine. Finally, acceptance and hope. See, I still think we're gonna make it home. It's just looking like it might not be as soon as we would have liked. But then, you never know. I mean, tomorrow, we could drop out of FTL and find a power source capable of dialing Earth. See? Hope.
Well, Vanessa James talking about hope, explaining all the tough times that have occurred. And we all know, fans know a little bit about that. One of the things she mentioned, she was, well, I didn't get home, but it seems like it's going to take a little longer than we thought. But there could be an energy source on our next planet or something. Is there? Is there hope for Destiny to come home? James seems to think so. Second Lieutenant Vanessa James believed that. Yes, that's the character, but us as fans, do we believe that? I think many people do. Many people do. Not just the fans. The original creators. The original actors. We all believe that. But yeah, she mentioned some of the incidents that occurred. And it's kind of, one thing I liked she said was anger and bargaining. But she understands anger is not going to get you anywhere. And there's no bargaining in a situation like that. For us, anger is not going to get us anywhere. Bargaining is an option for us. Well, this is for Second Lieutenant Vanessa James, one of the heroines of the Destiny. Thank you everyone for watching. You can look me up on X and YouTube. Please like and subscribe. If you don't, it's okay. But I enjoy good conversations and good commentary. But remember, be nice, and remember, be nice to each other. Thank you.